What up, guys? Carolina Jackpot coming at you. It's Sunday afternoon, September 13th, and it's NFL Sunday. I'm watching my old Panthers take on the Las Vegas Raiders. It's their inaugural game as the Las Vegas franchise, and right now Vegas leads 10-9, but Panthers are, they're kind of looking like shit. But I think that was kind of to be expected. Anyway, I want to get into yesterday's college football action. I'm going to recap my picks against the spread that I did. Remember that video way back on Wednesday? Yeah, remember that one? We're going to go through these picks real quick and see how I did. Of course, we're going to have the three superlatives. We're going to have the you should have known better pick of the week, the boy you nailed it pick of the week, and the turd of the week. Okay, so stay tuned for those. You won't want to miss them. Let's go. 13 games on this docket, so let's get right into it. I had Miami last Thursday night covering the spread at home against UAB, and they did. Just barely, but they beat them by 17, I believe. So 1-0. Saturday, Charlotte had them covering that 17-point number against Appalachian State, and they did. They lost 35-20, so 2-0 for Carolina Jackpot. Here's where the road starts to get a little bit, shall we say, unpaved. Coastal Carolina at Kansas. Jackpot picked Kansas to cover the spread there, win that game straight up. Of course, if you stayed up late enough, you will know that did not happen. The Chanticleers with the 38-23 victory on the road against the Kansas Jayhawks. Syracuse at UNC, 22 in the hook was the spread, and UNC did cover with a 31-6 win at home against the Qs. Jackpot moves to 3-1. Louisiana Lafayette at Iowa State. Louisiana Lafayette wins the game straight up, so that is a big old loss right there with 3-2. This game did not get played. UL Monroe at Army. Army with a 19-point favorite. They won the game by 30. So we move to 4-2. Duke at Notre Dame. Duke covers. Notre Dame won 27-14, I think it was. I don't remember. Notre Dame won. But it was just barely. And they won by 14, I believe. And if they had scored on their last possession, they would have covered, but they didn't. They did the classy thing and just kind of ran the ball out, and I was happy to see it. Butthole got puckered up for a few minutes there as I thought they were going to score again, but they didn't. Upset Texas State. I had Texas State covering that one. That one was incorrect. UTSA won that game 51-48. They were up pretty big, and then Texas State came back. And that. Georgia Tech at Florida State, got that one wrong too. Florida State did not cover the spread against Georgia Tech, did not win the game, and I already made my feelings known about Florida State last night. If you watched that video, if you didn't get to see it, it's the video before this one. Please go check it out. It's gold. I mean, it's not gold like my Gamecock videos where I lose it after we win a game, but I mean it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was gold for yesterday. Because we couldn't really find much else to talk about at that point in time. Arkansas State at Kansas. Arkansas State did cover the spread. I warned you that they might win this game at Kansas State. Sorry, the state is back there. 10.5-point line there. Arkansas State won that game. So there is that. The last three here. Not so good. Clemson at Wake. Clemson was 33-point favorite against Wake Forest. They did not win that game. They did win that game, but it was 37-13, 24-point win. They did not cover against Wake Forest. It really pisses me off. Clemson usually called off the dogs. I mean, it was just a ho-hum game the entire second half. To be honest with you, I was sitting here watching more of Kansas and Coastal Carolina. I was trying to watch the end of Florida State than I was that because I knew what it was going to turn out to be. UTEP at Texas. Texas wins 59-3, so they did cover the number against UTEP. I didn't know if they would keep the pedal or gas pedal pushed down the entire game. But apparently they did. Apparently one of their players walked off the field and quit in the third quarter. One of their defensive backs pissed off about playing time. Bro, why you got to get pissed off about playing against UTEP? What the hell? I don't know. That's just nuts. Western Kentucky at Louisville. Louisville does cover the number there, and they get the big win against the in-state rival Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. So for the week, let's see what I finished up. There's 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, 6-5, 6-6, 7-6 on the week. That's not exactly where I wanted to come in at. So with the 2-2 that I finished last week, that puts me at 9. And what's my math here? 8 for the. You can't see that. I've got chicken scratch on year to date, 9 and 8. So I'll get that looking a little better for next week's video. That's where we are after week 2, 9 and 8 on my picks through 2 weeks, just barely over 50%. Got to get a little bit better than that. First week that's kind of hard to figure out. Sometimes second week's kind of hard to figure out too. And then we got SEC play coming in, not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. So what? That's going to be a whole new ball of wax rolling in right there, because these are going to be a lot of unknowns as well. Out of these picks, there's a couple that I'm proud of, a couple I'm not so proud of. First off, one of these picks was definitely got to be my turd of the week.
Oh my God, it freaking stinks.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely. And that would have to be Coastal Carolina and Kansas. I should have listened, and I should have, listened a little bit harder to the advice that I was given by one of my favorite podcasts I listen to, Wager Talk. A gentleman over there by the name of Ralph Michaels at Cal Sports LV. Really good follow if you're into that kind of stuff. He has a stat on spring practices, and the Coastal Carolina had 15 spring practices this year. Kansas had 0. And, you could definitely tell they were better prepared last night. Kansas looked like just an abysmal shit tank. I don't know how else to put it. They looked like a JV team out there playing the varsity, and it was a blowout. It was really, it was bad. It really was. I'm not taking them again in any situation. Kansas is bad, and they're not getting any better. And, of course, you've also got, along the, not really with the turd of the week, because the turd of the week is one that really stinks, that really makes you look dumb, and people are going to laugh at you. The you should have known better pick of the week is, it's something that's a little bit different,
straight nailed that shit, player.
Yeah, I didn't, though. The one that's the you should have known better pick of the week.
What were you thinking, man? You should have known a lot better than that.
I know I should have. That would have to have been Georgia Tech and Florida State. Multiple people in multiple groups I'm in took Georgia Tech to cover the number there behind, because we know that Florida State is still shitty. They're still shitty, and everybody knew they were still shitty. I just thought that with Mike Norvell coming in, they would have some momentum. There would be some upward trajectory there, and I still think there will be, but I don't know that it's not going to be. It's not going to be this year, just given, what we've got going on, and coupled with the fact that they just don't have the players, man. They don't have the guys to compete. The offensive line is terrible. Their defense, not much better, although they are dealing with some injuries and stuff there. So, yeah, I could have done a little bit better on that one, and that would have put the number up closer to 70% on the week if I had gotten those 2 picks right. But then again, you always get those where, you did really well, and some other people didn't, and you kind of look at them like,
Boy, you straight nailed that shit, player.
that's what I'm talking about. That would have to be Arkansas State. And Kansas State had a feeling, with a game under their belt, that Arkansas State was definitely going to cover that number. I had full confidence in that, and I felt like they were going to win that game straight up, and they did. Sun Belt was 3-0. 3-0 yesterday against the Big 12. I mean, who would have thought that? The Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns, along those lines, would have to be my pick for the team of the week and the big winner of the week. Just an excellent showing going on the road and getting a victory over a ranked team in Iowa State. I did not think they would do that. We talk about situational stuff on a lot of my picks. I did not know until yesterday that their offensive line coach at Louisiana Lafayette, the guy died. I mean, maybe just basically dropped dead at practice or got sick at practice and then he passed away. It was been like a month ago. That kind of stuff like that, that is a huge motivating factor for a team. Now, of course, don't take any mistake. You're not delighting in something like that. But those are the kind of edges you got to look for. If you'll remember last year before the Clemson-Georgia Tech game, I had a feeling that Georgia Tech might come out of the gate strong and punch Clemson in the mouth because they had a player to pass away in the spring. And they did come out and punch him in the mouth. Of course, it wasn't enough. But they were a terrible team. The Louisiana Lafayette is a really good team, and they had, I think, that little extra bit of motivation. I think that really kind of helped carry them to that win there. I really believe in stuff like that. So that's the kind of things you got to look at. I didn't know that. Had I known it, I may have played their side. And the biggest loser of the week yesterday still is got to be Kansas, man. I mean, you cannot be in a Power 5 conference and losing to, look, Arkansas State and Louisiana Lafayette were not turd burgers. So Iowa State losing to Louisiana Lafayette and Kansas State losing to Arkansas State, they'll get over that. They'll be okay. Coastal Carolina's a turd burger. They're picked to finish last in the Sun Belt. I mean, why? And not only did you lose to them at home, you got blown out. I don't understand how a national championship winning coach in his second year can get blown out at home by a terrible, terrible team from a non-Power 5 conference. And guess what? You do it for 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. That's sad. I saw there were like no rushing yards hardly for Pukal Williams. I don't know if he was injured or what. I watched some of the game. He wasn't injured there. He made a couple runs. They just weren't very good. So, yeah, that's my definite big loser of the week, and that pick was also my turd of the week. Hopefully, next week will be a little bit better. I haven't even really gotten to break down the slate of games, but I know there should be some really good ones in there, and there'll probably be a few sleeper picks as well. So stay tuned. Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll have that dropping the Carolina Jackpot picks and predictions against the spread for week number 3 of our college football season and the last week before SEC play kicks off, and we get to see my Gamecocks rip some Tennessee Volunteer ass. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please hit that sub button and click that little bell so you get notifications whenever Carolina Jackpot drops new videos. Not Knops new videos. I don't know what that means. If it drops new videos and or goes live. If I ever decide to go live, going live here is, I told y'all I'm having problems with that. So when I do a live feed, it takes it like a day or more to upload. And that's just, it's crazy because I put my effort into doing the videos. And right after I do the live video, it should be able to upload immediately, where I can, get some more views off of it from people who happen not to see it. They're not going to view something that was uploaded a day before, and it's already old news by that time. So at any rate, I'm done talking. I will see y'all later. Appreciate it. Peace. And I'm out. Go Gamecocks and fire Coach. Boom. See y'all later.